God is a breakbeat poet. When God spits, summer storms erupt from his lips, darkened clouds, drenched in thought, drift like his mind does, or at least as it usually does. But on April 31st, 2010, Mother Nature challenged God to a freestyle poetry slam. Nashville was the point of interest, and he stayed attentive. Describing his disciples, deciphering their idols, it was a cipher for the Bible belters who thought better of themselves than to need a better sense of self. Yet, God left no dry eye, and with the people's cries of why, he was answering in its rhyme. It was just in some ways people couldn't stand over the rain. From a rooftop of a house on a hill, which would feel more like the carcass belly of a Jonah fish than a home, I heard his words. He said, "Love thy neighbor and do unto others." These words made rounds from his mouth like karma or applause. They echoed down at ground level, the sound waves hello, before crashing back into reflecting glass. I see window boxes, backed up to feed like speakers, where seeds sown by record needles are growing vinyl vines lining the lattice like a stairway to heaven. Leading to the barrier on the roof, a turnstile rotating lazy Susan style until everyone gets served. Spinning for the record as if by the shooting of birds by a fly DJ middle finger, the one finger next to God's promise, the ring. Sound has brought us now as high as the bell tower, and though the bell still tolls and is still moving in the current, now only the water rings. The water surface broken where God dropped the beat, skip a pebble style. Concentric circles mimic his love everlasting, his thoughts of us blasting. Come, the fount of every blessing. His streams of mercy never ceasing, the choir is singing their lyrics from pews, now canoes in God's stream of consciousness. And what some find to be an arch nemesis was actually miraculous. It was for the sake of goodness, whether the weather let them notice or not. His plot thickened like the mud, and though they still may not realize, the real eyes through which they are now seeing are his, and the voluntary in which we now live are gifts he forced us to receive, if only subliminally, through his poetic drips which changed our hearts, because God is a breakbeat poet.